Welcome back to The Soloist. This was a beautiful 18-mile hike in Chino Hills State Park, just outside of Los Angeles. Chino Hills is an island of tranquility in a sea of city life. You would not believe this place exists if you were in LA. I started this hike at the park entrance on Sapphire Road, hiked up the road until I hit the Pomona Trail on my left, took that to the East Fence Trail, and followed that all the way down and around the long way to get to the ranch and campground. I spent the night at Rolling Ranch Campground. It was gorgeous, not too crowded, really beautiful sunsets here, especially with all the wild mustard flowers, very peaceful. In the morning, I took the South Ridge Trail, which has a steep climb up to San Juan Hill. Then I hung a right on the Little Canyon Trail, which connects with Telegraph Canyon Trail. And then I took Telegraph Canyon all the way to Four Corners, and then I split off and did the Raptor Ridge Trail. All in all, the whole loop is 18 miles. Could totally be done in one day if you're up for a challenge, but I like to spread things out a little bit and take it easy and really take in the sights. So I did this over 2 days. There's not a ton of water on the trail. The park is fairly dry. Obviously there's water at the ranger station near the park entrance. There's also water at the Rolling Ranch Campground. I would camel up if I were you, especially if you're gonna do a big loop, because the only other water I was hoping for was at McDermott Spring, but that is a stagnant pool of water. I would not recommend drinking that. If you have allergies, definitely medicate. There is pollen all over the place when these flowers are out. That's pretty obvious, but I was covered in pollen towards the end of the hike, so be aware of that. Overall, this was an easy to medium hike. There's not a ton of elevation gain, only a few thousand feet, and it's just rolling hills, really beautiful scenery, great for families. One thing you should be aware of, there are a ton of tourists just at the entrance. Maybe 15 minutes into the park or so, you'll see tourists. But once you get at least a quarter, maybe a half mile away from the main road, you're not gonna see too many people and you can really have the place to yourself. Just watch out for mountain bikers. They can come up from behind you pretty quickly. I'd love to know what you think. Would you go on this hike? Do you like hikes with lots of wildflowers? Let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time on The Soloist.